Derek, start looking ahead to the weekend. How excited are you for this quarter-final?
Yeah, I think we've got to look forward to it. I think love the Scottish Cup. I want us to really relish the opportunity that's there. Obviously we've overcame a couple of tough games to get ourselves in a position, already beating a Premier League team, and it's important that we just concentrate on the performance. I've no doubt that the players will be bang at it. They've been that right throughout the season, so no reason for us to think that won't be the case. It's just hoping we can deliver a big performance, because normally when you get through the rounds in the cup, especially when you go away from home, it's a bigger performance is required. And I think that I know Aberdeen are been struggling for positive results at the minute, but Aberdeen are too many good players. Aberdeen will start winning at some point, so we just need to hope it's not this Saturday and every day. For McInnes persuasion, we'll go up there, big crowd. I want the crowd to get right behind us. So every day from Kelly, getting up there, getting right behind the team. We want to try and make it a good afternoon for us, and we're in decent form going into it. We've had decent results against Aberdeen, but I think that doesn't really count for a lot. It's what counts on Saturday, and a big performance required, but a brilliant opportunity.
Yeah, just one game away from Hampden. We know you said at the start of the season that winning a cup is, it's part of your remit. That's what you're saying to the players. It's achievable. Do you feel it's even more achievable now that you're this close to Hampden?
I don't know if it's any more achievable, but I do think we should be putting ourselves up there. We're a team who's sitting fourth in the league, so if you're fourth in the Premier League, then common sense tells you you're a team that can beat anybody on your day. So it's in cup football. It's you need it in it or out it, and we've got to have to try and deliver a big performance. I thought the last time up at Pittodrie there was nothing in the game except an exceptional finish with Davy at the end. It separated the two teams. The two home games have been different here. We've been pretty dominant. So, and last time out here I was really pleased with the level of performance and also the individual performances within the game. So something close to that would give us a chance, and that's what I'm looking for. I think that's what we need to really concentrate on is this week for the players, is just to try and make sure that we get something close to what we're capable of, and if we do that, then we've got a brilliant opportunity.
Obviously you've been up to Pittodrie before this season, but is there anything around for you going back when you saw the fixture come out up at your former club, an extra glint in your eye, chance to put them at the cup and go through town?
I think the first two numbers have been pulled out, so you've then got a lot of good teams still in it. So in an ideal we would be at home, but we've had two home ties already, so it's maybe been a bit greedy to try to get another home tie. So away at Aberdeen is always a tough game, but I've said this often enough to you guys all season. It's important that any team that my Kilmarnock team face, they get exactly that as well. It'll be a tough game for them as well.
What's your thoughts on the Aberdeen squad at the moment? Neil's under a bit of pressure. They've got the players as you mentioned, but it's just so kicking, is it?
Yeah, I've not really. You look at them and they've got good individual players. They've got a boy at the top end of the pitch who can be the game changer for them, and he has done time and time again this season. But it's important for us to, having just played them, I think it's important that we've done more work on Aberdeen. We kind of know roughly what team's going to come in. I know Neil's obviously tried to find a formula, and he's changed it a few times, but I'm probably just more concentrating on us, to be honest. If we can replicate a lot of what we're doing, we're not searching for a level of performance. We're searching for our best form, like every team. But what we've been throughout the season has been really encouraging for us, and the players should go onto the pitch on Saturday recognising it's a tough game, but also relishing what's in front of us. It's a chance, and it's a chance that we hope to go and take.
You just look back on the weekend, that race for fourth really is hotting up. What did you learn about your players in that?
Do you know what? It's we were slow at the traps. I said that, and I didn't think we really got going the first 20 minutes. In saying that, I don't think we had too many opportunities against us, but I just didn't like the way we were competing enough. We deservedly went behind, but the response was brilliant for the players. I thought we were a better team thereafter. Even when we got down to 10 men, I thought we didn't feel that, didn't look like that. We were very competitive, and we knew that we'd get opportunities. It says a lot about my team that Nobody chucked it. Nobody felt that the game was beyond us. We were terrific second half, and particularly when we went a man down, we played 35, 36, 37 minutes or whatever it was with 10 men, and you wouldn't have thought that watching the game.
Are you expecting much from this appeal this afternoon?
Who knows? There's been a lot going on this past weekend. It's like the inconsistency of it all. Whether it's I still don't see a foul from my player. I think there's a coming together of two players. I don't see a foul, and I think we're obligated and it's incumbent of us to support our player on that. So we'll see how that plays out. But there's been a lot of instances we've had similarities to a lot of the kind of issues going on. The tackle, some tackles this weekend that look way beyond anything my player Corey Ndaba got sent off for a few weeks ago, when the referee was asked to come to the monitor. It's been tackles in the last few weeks where it's miles, and in the criteria that I was told by the refereeing department, there was a lot of things happened at the weekend that you think, well, why is there no more red cards? So the inconsistency of it all is driving us all mad. It really is. And it's the handball one at Celtic. We'd similar with Kyle Vassell, Easter Road last season. So I think sometimes in these sort of instances, maybe the on-field decisions should stick a wee bit more. But it's not been a good weekend, I don't think.
Is there a solution in your mind, Derek?
Well, it's probably a more consistency, because you look at one instant and then you go, a few weeks ago that was the same sort of instant handball or challenge or whatever, and that wasn't deemed the same punishment. It's just, if we're going to deem handballs and certain tackles, and we need to try and get the consistency of that. If it's the same challenge or similar challenge, it's the same offence and it's the same crime, and it's everyone's there's parallels there. I've said this often enough about getting maybe ex-referees or even former players, people involved in the game, involved in the VAR studio, but it's difficult to find exactly. It still comes down to referees' decisions, and I don't think we're getting it anywhere near right as we should do. I really don't. I don't think we're utilising the software and that we've got to its full impact at the minute.
And you're suggesting there that refs should be maybe stronger on the field to keep the decisions on the field and go with their gut, maybe?
Yeah, but unless it's a huge offence, like a kind of sending off offence or a goal or whatever, then asked to come over. I was shocked that our referee wasn't asked to go over and have a look at the sending off on Saturday, and see if he sends him off after seeing it again. Then he's got a wee bit more. He feels a bit more comfortable with the whole thing, and fair enough. But I actually think that we're getting referees involved when they shouldn't, and asking them to come over, for instance, and VAR's getting involved when they shouldn't, and maybe I just feel as though that we're just kind of getting it back to front a wee bit at the minute.
Is that the worry, Derek, that you're fighting on so many fronts, and that fourth place can hold so many riches, and you don't want it to be the inconsistencies of decisions that could define it, but that's the point we could be getting to here. Yeah,
I think there's lots going on for every team. It's not just ourselves, whether it's at the bottom end of the table, top end of the table for the title, European spots, top six. So it's becoming, you're getting to the business end of the season where a lot of these decisions that kind of, he's got that wrong, what's next, we move on. There's going to be a lot of weight behind all these decisions coming forward. It put a lot of pressure on referees, but that pressure's always been on referees. But they've got a tool now to try and help them come to the right decision, and I'm just not sure we're utilising it properly. And I'm not the only manager to have those concerns.
Back to the football in your squad. See your two wide players. Would you swap them for anyone else in the league?
Aye. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I think we've committed this season. We have tried to. There's not many teams go with two strikers. We normally try and go with two strikers this season. Part of the reason for that is we'd struggle at Kilmarnock to get a 20 goal a season striker. So if we know the importance of having somebody that can get 20 odd goals, but we can't afford them and we can't get them in the door, then the simplistic way of looking at it for me was to try and let's get two strikers and get us both double figures. So there's your 20 goals. Hopefully we'll get Vass on 7 and Marley's on 10 now. He got his double figures at the weekend. But we still need good service for these guys, and we try as often as we can to go with 2 wingers as much as we can. I feel as though that when we are dominant and feeding more wide players, we can provide those opportunities at the top end of the pitch. Mike Kennedy and Danny Armstrong in particular have been really strong again. I think Danny did a wee bit a few weeks ago, but his Saturday's performance was outstanding. I thought he was good against Rangers, and Matty Kennedy's game has been in a really good place for a while now. So we've got Fraser Murray, who trains like a Trojan every day, trying to get involved in that. We've brought Greg Stewart, Gary Mackay-Stevens in to provide that real competition and strength of the squad. And fortunately for us, Matty and Danny have been pretty much fit the full season. So there's not a lot of teams playing with a lot of wingers this season. That has to be said. Out and out wingers. There's half the league play with 3-5-2, which a lot of teams play fullbacks at wing back. We try it when we can to commit to wingers, even at full wing back. So it's not for every day, and I get that. But we feel we've got good wide players in the building. I was keen to work with Matty again, and I know if I kept him fit, then he could have an impact for us, and he's done exactly that. And Danny carried on where he was last season.
Another one for you, so just one last one. If I offered you 4th place in the league or Scottish Cup final, what would you take? And you can't have both. I
can't have both. We can have both. I believe we can have both, so I'm not choosing one over the other. I'll take winning the Scottish Cup over finishing 4th, but I think we can work towards both, to be honest.
You expecting a more physical challenge this time from Aberdeen? I remember after the last game, Neil Warnock saying his players looked bullied.
I don't know. I think it's up to other opposition managers to deal with what they need to deal with. I've never been one to comment too much on the opposition, how their style or whatever they do. So we've just got to try and focus on ourselves, and we know what we are. I think there's a real identity, a clear identity how we play. Just touched on it there with Kerrigan's question. We've got 2 strikers. We normally play with 2 wide players, and we've got a lot of pace and physicality in our team. I'm absolutely delighted we've got that.
Team news, anybody in or out from the weekend?
Ronan McKenzie had a back injury at the weekend. He was nominated as a sub but felt it in the warm-up, so he's nursing that at the minute to see. He wasn't an option for us off the bench on Saturday as a consequence, but we're hoping he's going to be okay for the weekend. Stuart Finlay hasn't trained with us this week yet, but the intention is for him to train tomorrow. So all being well, he'll come back into it. And Greg Stewart, as I said in Friday's press, we're trying to manage a groin issue he's got. So Greg managed to do some training today. Hopefully there's no reaction for that, and he'll come back into the squad. So, and answer your question, the only 2 boys that will miss it is Kyle McInnes and Brad Lyons as we stand now.
What does it say about the progress that you've made and the vibe around the club that probably most people from the outside see as favourites going to Pittodrie in the Scottish Cup quarter-final?
I don't know if we're favourites. If some people think that because maybe the last few games, Aberdeen have got so many obvious advantages over the likes of ourselves, but we're obviously in decent form and in a good place. I think the players will go into the game not feeling the underdog, but we've got work to do to try and show what we're going to that we can win the game. We've got evidence here that we can do it home and away this season, and last season was clearly a challenge for us away from home, but hopefully we can seize the opportunity that's there. Aberdeen boys have got the same chance as us, but from every day from a Kelly persuasive, we're looking forward to the tie. When the draw was made, I wanted to go into the game in decent form, and we've maintained our league form, so we're just trying to replicate what we've done. We've tried to play cup football through our league this season, and it's served us well, so hopefully it can continue that. Big performance required. The rewards are brilliant to get to Hampden, so hopefully we can just achieve that.
Obviously you had 7 or 8 good years at Aberdeen, being top 3, top 4 the last 3 years.
4 top 2s.
4 top 2s.
Yeah.
The last 3 years since you've not been there, they've clearly not kicked on. Did that sort of back up the job you did there in a way?
I don't know. I mean, I've been away now 3 years, so it's up to others to judge that. And you know, we had a brilliant time at Aberdeen. You know, I think you know, we won the League Cup in our first year, and it was a team with a lot of academy graduates. I know the budget I was working at that time was night and day for what it is now. We had young academy players playing like Shaughnessy and Nicky Lowe and Cammy Smith and Andy Constantine, Ryan Jack, Russell Anderson, boys that came through the academy, and nobody was probably really expecting us to win a cup after finishing. I think that Aberdeen had finished 9th, I think, the season before, so we showed what could be done. The biggest kind of grievance really is the fact that we never added to that, but we were very consistent with the work. But it's somebody else. That's somebody else's issue now. We're just trying to make our impact here at Kilmarnock, and try to do something that we want to do here. And we've put ourselves in a position. It's just about trying to finish a job off now.